What up, everybody? GMGM, Jeff Staple here. And today we have launched a new Stapleverse website that explains our entire roadmap of what we're going to be building in the future with not only Stapleverse, but also with Sapiens. And I can't wait to show you guys what we've been working on. The team's been working really hard on it. Not only is the design of the site amazing with the refresh and the rebrand, but also just in terms of explaining the structure and how Stapleverse is going to work going into the future. And I figured I'd take the time to really walk you guys through it because it's a lot to digest, and I'm just excited about it as well. So I wanted to just sort of tell you guys what's going on. So let's do a quick refresh here, just so you can see. But you see the staple logos flashing through, and then you get the old school TV zooming out into the laptop, and then the line running across that shows the timeline of where we've been from pre-internet with the good old Macintosh 2, all the way to then the different sneakers that we've dropped that really sort of cemented this culture, to the laptop, of course, and then to Meta Pigeons with what we did with Artifact, and then what we've been doing with Stapleverse thus far and into the future. And what we're trying to say here is that we are building a world where anybody can bring their craft to the future of streetwear through education and collaboration. And we are doing this with Sapiens. So what are Sapiens? Sapiens we've been talking about for a while. It is obviously a really cool looking piece of artwork that we collaborated with the folks from Rhymes Like Dimes. We feel like it's the future of the PFP, but really what Sapiens are, low key, is a lifelong membership to learn, grow, and create. You can join a creative community of designers, mentors, brand partners, and makers to build what I call the co-creation economy. And so these Sapiens, they have superpowers. And if you look at the keynote, which there's a link right here to the keynotes that we've done previously, in our last keynote, you'll see Benny talk about a token bound vault, which is some really cool tech that gives a wallet to each and every Sapien character, which makes it an identity onto themselves. And what's cool is that you can have different Sapiens now represent different facets of who you are. Or if you want to try, you can have one Sapient represent everything that you are. And I'm fine, you could do it either way. But the bottom line is that we're all made up of different interests and different passions, right? We like different things. We're not mono siloed people. And so Sapiens and their token bound vault or their identity allows you to sort of personify yourself in a much more expressive way. So we're really excited about that. And we're also making the announcement here that Sapient Stapleverse holder mint is coming soon. You're going to be able to get it soon. And in order to do that, your best bet is to get on the allow list by becoming a Stapleverse holder right now. And we have a link to our OpenSea here. And Sapients are your entry point into the workshop. In the workshop, you will learn the skills to collaborate with brands from all over the world. So when I say workshop, I envision this old school actual studio room that you enter into, you meet other people, you collaborate, you tinker, you learn, you make mistakes. That's what a workshop is. And I feel like now with Web3 and the blockchain, we're at a point where we can actually put the workshop on the chain, which I think is going to be amazing. And I'll tell you a little bit more shortly how that's going to be super powered. And so the workshop is my dedication to the dropouts, the degens, and the designers who want to change the system. Traditionally, in traditional education, you had to either come from a place of access, pass a series of tests or quizzes, know somebody, in order to get into these like inner sanctum workshops. But we feel like with Web3, it's going to be open to everyone. It's going to be much more accessible, which is why I sort of had this funny line that said to the dropouts and the degens and the designers that want to change the system. So the workshop is a peer-to-peer decentralized learning community focused on bringing the next generation of designers and makers into the future by making industry expertise accessible and collaborative for all. And the way we're going to do that is you get to unlock exclusive workshops of your choice. We're going to have all different workshops, all different subject matters. And you get to unlock the ones that you want using these digital outfits and items that you apply and equip onto your Sapiens. So here's an example of one. If there's this pigeon helmet, that represents, let's say, fashion design. And so you would get that pigeon helmet, and then you would equip that onto your Sapien there, right? And so now, because your Sapien's rocking this helmet or rocking that jacket or rocking that chain, that is your ID, your admission pass almost into these different workshops. And so once you're in, you can experience a mix of hands-on learning and mentorship with experts using the power of Web3. So Web3 is great because you can imagine the speed and the reach that Web3 gives you. And so we believe that our communities will develop in that speed. But it's decentralized and it's a full-on learning community that anybody can contribute to. And Web3 is really good at fostering this high-touch, high-impact interaction with content that is accessible anywhere and anytime, right? And with the network and experience that I'm bringing to the table, when you get these tokens, they are your certification for participation. That's a tongue twister, but these tokens are your certification for participation, and that also allows you to now flex what you've learned based on what you've equipped onto your Sapien. And what you've learned is lessons from the best in the game. So we feel like not only is it a learning experience, but it is an ability to sort of showcase what you're learning, showcase what you're into by being able to flex it onto your Sapien or various Sapiens characters. So you can expand your interests with a very diverse set of workshops by me and my Stapleverse friends and my network. So whether it's apparel design or graphic design or beat production or culinary arts, really anything, the gamut's going to be totally wide open in terms of what we can learn, because in the last 25 years of me doing what I've done, I've built an incredibly diverse network of people. So we're bringing them all into the Stapleverse. And so this is funny because like I'm like wearing the same shirt as in this test video. But the way we're going to collaborate together is both online and in real life. So we're talking Zoom calls, we're talking in real life meetups, token gated private classrooms, and more. You can customize your workshop experience in however way you want. Whereas if you remember in school, you sort of had to take all these subjects, whether you were into them or not, which I felt like was sort of always a waste of time. Now you can really select and choose a la carte which subject matters, which experts you want to learn from, equip the equipable clothing or item onto your Sapien, which is then how we know that you're into that workshop, into that subject matter, and we allow you into the workshop to then learn. And so when you're in that class, you could see here with like Zoom calls will look like this now. You know, it'll be all different characters, and just looking at the different Sapiens, you'll be able to tell what they're into just by looking at them. And then, of course, being able to talk directly, being able to network with different people, different Sapiens in the community, and then exclusive access to in real life meetups as well. So now that you've gained this knowledge, it is time to co-create with us. And what we've created for that is sort of like the step up from the workshop. It's the next tier up, and we're calling it the C division. And C stands for community, collaboration, and co-creation. And I also like the tongue-in-cheek double entendre, meaning that C in school was generally like you weren't really figuring out what you're doing. You weren't that good at school, and so you were a C student. And I was a C student. And I think that a lot of times people don't fit into the boxes that academia provides. And so we're creating the C division to allow all of those people that couldn't find their place in the regular world come into the C division and really flourish here. And it's here that you can turn your ideas into drops alongside brand partners and your fellow community members. So once you're in the C division, you get to participate in actually designing, voting, co-creating, whether it's design, sales, marketing. Every single aspect of the co-creation process will be on display for you guys to contribute to. So you can iterate alongside me and my creative network using this blockchain technology. So the way you get into C division is actually by completing a prerequisite number of workshops, the thing that I mentioned earlier. And once you've completed a set number of workshops, you can then take your ideas from concept to product with help from me, my community, and our partners, and your fellow Sapient members, to be quite honest. And the reason why we did that is because we wanted to ensure that the people that were in the C division were really dedicated, and they really took the time to to watch and participate in the workshops, to learn. And that way, when you're in the workshop, you know that other people are just as passionate as you are. And when you get into see the vision, you know that there's no one just like messing around or like wasting your time. Everyone is in there, is really passionate. And we didn't want it to be about like education or money or networking or access. Just put in the time, do the workshops, and you'll qualify to then enter the see division. And you can see examples here about how you can start, in this example of like apparel design, we can start casting your vote and your input on whether we should use sustainable fabrics or use upcycling or go vegan leather. And just every single aspect of the creation process is going to be open and available for everyone to work on together. And you can also develop a network, learn how to build with a network of mentors. We're going to use the future of my network and street culture, and we're just going to build that all together. And when we need help, we're going to call on the best. And when you need help, we're going to provide that assistance to you. And then finally, step 3 is build. So once we've decided what we're going to do, we then are going to superpower those drops with Web3 technology. So think about co-designed products, contributor royalties for everyone that has been part of the process, and of course, an NFT gated drop method that is going to be using the blockchain technology. And you can see that we've been dabbling in all of these things this entire time, whether it's like co-created product, royalties, NFT gated shopping access points. So we've been kind of tinkering with all of these things, but now we feel like we're at a place where we can really pull it all together for Sapiens. And you could see here in this example how if we're creating a garment, different people can be working on it at the same time. You could collaborate with different Sapient members. Me and my expert of friends will be dropping in as well to be able to offer guidance. And some of them will be actually on real collaborations that we're working on. So that's going to be really, really the exciting part about what we're doing. And to recap here, a sneaker changed the industry way back in 2005. And now we want to change the future of it with you. So we're asking you guys, what will you create? What do you want to create now for the future? And we can't wait to build it together. And so this is the new site. Other brands who are interested in partnering with us, we want you to reach out as well. But this is the new site. It really breaks it down well, and it breaks it down beautifully. We have links up here to the keynote. And also we have this really cool thing called the Stapleverse Pledge, which is a manifesto that I wrote here about why I'm so excited about Web3. And we want you to read it, and I've signed it. And if you believe in it too, we want you to connect and sign as well. And who knows, you might get a little gift or a little prize or Easter egg if you sign this. But we really want you to put your name down on this, and really feel like you believe in this as well. And we want people who really trust us to ride with us on this, because I really firmly believe that this is the future of how we're going to build the culture together. And so with that, please take the time and just I hope you enjoy what you've been seeing here. It's really dope. I'm really proud of it. It's just so beautiful. Shout out and kudos to the entire Stapleverse team. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Ask us if you have any questions about it. This is an iterative process. We're always going to be able to improve on it, but I'm just so proud of it. I'm so excited, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So that's it. Enjoy your Monday, and I'll be talking to you soon on the other side. Peace, y'all.